Well, the pace of life today can put an awful lot of stress and pressure on all of us. It's a bit like being on a treadmill. You really need to stop in order to take a look at your life and decide where you really want to go. Well, not everything in life all the time goes sailing happily along without some degree of drama or personal upset. Now, if it happens to you, who are you going to talk to and how do you solve your issue? Now, there is a lady called Malti Bhojwani that does simply that. We're here at the Sydney Museum in Bridge Street, and we've actually been lucky enough to catch up with Malti, having a break, would you believe it, and this is what she had to say. Malti, why is over-the-phone personalised life coaching growing?
Phil, firstly, it's growing because people don't have time. People don't have time to drive into the city or go into the city to meet someone in the office, and sit with them for an hour. And secondly, I think that face-to-face can be a little bit intimidating sometimes. There's a sense of hierarchy. I'm the coach, or I'm the therapist, or I'm the psychiatrist, and you're the client.
Oh, okay. What are the main issues people need your help with?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because often they come to me with one issue, the presenting issue, but then as we delve deeper into it, we find that there are other issues and other areas of their lives that they were neglecting or that they didn't want to look at. Often the presenting issue is actually a cover-up for everything else. Like, for example, someone who comes to me saying, I want to lose weight. When I get into questions, we find out that actually what they need is more confidence, or they're just looking for love.
Okay, and I was doing a lot of reading about you, and I discovered that you had your concerns about marriage and divorce being a major issue in society. Tell us about that.
Okay, well, with marriages, basically with life coaching, we feel that in a relationship, it's up to us to take full responsibility for the relationship, 100%, not blame the other person for the things that go wrong.
Is that what people do?
Yeah, often we like to say he's like that, or she's like that, or she doesn't do things right, and we go into blame, and then we get to be the big victim. And no, it's nothing to do with me, it's him or it's her. But if you take responsibility, then you can do something about it. You can change it. You can create the relationship that you want. And with divorces, well, I'm passionate about it because I'm divorced myself, and I believe that even if you divorce, the commitment to marry was one commitment, but the commitment to have children was another.
Okay.
So there's no need to break that commitment just because you divorce. So I believe in successful co-parenting after divorce, where partners continue to parent the child even though they're not married to each other.
Okay, so it's all about taking responsibility as well. And of course, during your sessions, you're able to get down behind underneath the carpet, so to speak.
Yeah, when we just start coaching, there are tons of questions, which is called the clean sweep, where I ask them questions about every single area of their lives. Okay. Like the circle of life. If you were to imagine life as a wheel, and every area of your life as spokes on that wheel, and say 0 is at the center, and 10 at the edge, at the circumference of the wheel, and if you were to rate each area, so you've got spirituality, finances, career, love, relationships, all the areas of your life, 0 to 10. If you have every area running at 10, then you're running at optimum level.
You're doing well.
You're doing really well.
Okay, and if you're not running at optimum,
then your wheel's a bit wonky. So
it's a wonky wheel.
It's a wonky wheel. It's not going to run smoothly. Yeah.
I was also reading about, over the phone coaching. How often do you talk to people over the phone? Do you have a set program?
Okay, it's generally about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and I speak to my clients once a week. Often it goes on for 90 days, which is 3 months, and it's been said that it takes 90 days for a habit to form. So what better way to form a habit than if you have someone supporting you, a life coach, who you can be accountable to, who cares about you, and who follows up and supports you throughout those 90 days.
You also have international clients. I find that fascinating because a lot of the people that obviously deal with you are locals, but I was reading that people also ring you from overseas.
Yes, I have clients in America, in Hong Kong, and they go really well despite the time difference and the cultural differences. I think it just boils down to really listening to them, and I really care about my clients.
Good. Well, on the topic of that, Rachel Snow was one of your clients who now lives in Denver, Colorado. When was the last time you saw Rachel?
Rachel? I haven't spoken to her for a while. Why?
Okay, well we actually did over the phone, and this is what Rachel had to say about you.
When I tell Malti I want to have something in my life, he gently questions me so to figure out how to make those things happen for myself. Sometimes when I think I've gotten away with not doing something I said I would do, Malti will bring up an issue I talked about months ago and ask me what my progress has been. She doesn't let me give up on myself the way that I would do if I were working alone.
That sounds amazing. So if you are interested in talking to Malti Bhojwani, you can actually have a look at our website, simplylivingInsydney.com.au. It's been wonderful having this sort of program, but even more exciting having somebody so successful as you. Congratulations, and I hope we can have you back on the show later on down the track.
Thank you.
Well done.